Somebody asked me on Twitter, Ra, what is happening in Durban? And to be honest, this thing is happening all over the world. Some other countries don't have the privilege to actually put it on the media to showcase it in this world, what is really going on. And I've been saying this so many times, right? And me talking like this, I don't mean like I'm above you or anything, but I have been trying to tell people that you need to get right with your soul and your spirit, right? And if you are not properly, I know it feels like I keep on repeating myself over and over and again, but I have to, in order for you to actually get it, right? That's how you convince somebody, by repeating one and the same thing over and over and again. It's like when you watch your television, they'll keep on repeating an advert so many times until you actually get interested to actually buy that product they're trying to sell to you, right? That's how the mind works. That's how the brain works. You like coerce it, right? It doesn't matter whether or not you coerce it into something positive or negative, but you coerce it in order for the mind to understand what you're actually saying. Okay, and I've been saying this so many times. And in all my teachings, I try to be as simple as I can. I try to be as simple as I can, even though people usually insult my intelligence, right? Because if I were to be deep, I'm telling you, you'll be lost. You'll be lost. If I were to go deep with the information that I have, you'll actually be so lost. So I choose to actually give you the simplest way for you to understand the information, right? And I've been saying this. The ascension, the awakening, the enlightenment, the planetary upgrade, what to say, the Aquarius age, rather, right? The dimension shift. Since it started, it is waiting to keep its own people at that specific place so that you can actually be prepared to move on to the different planet, right? And those who are not well in conjunction and those who are not well connected, okay, they will suffer, right? You'll be like a sacrifice. And listen, you might insult your ancestors and say that they're not protecting you. You might do everything that you're doing, man. Like, listen, nature doesn't care at all. Not to say that nature doesn't care about you. It doesn't care. Why am I saying this? Nature doesn't know what is right, what is wrong. It doesn't at all. It doesn't. I know this sounds crazy when I say it, but it doesn't. Actually, it's not supposed to know what is right, what is wrong. It is just being nature. For example, nature didn't actually make people decide to build houses or huge infrastructures of buildings. They didn't say you should do that. Now, if nature decides that I want to fill up the whole planet with the water and the buildings collapse or fall on you, whose fault is it? It's not the nature's fault. Nature has nothing to do with anything that is material. It is just nature. Everybody should be living according to what nature gives you, and you receive it well. That's how it is. But yes, now things are advancing, I understand. I was just putting you in that picture to understand that nature really doesn't care about what you have, what you do not have. If you're not well connected with it, then it will actually affect you. You will die. You can pray, fast, you can do whatever that you're doing, but this thing is inside of you, man, not outside of you. Because I know it's like when people go to church, right? People go to church and they hide behind the Bible. And they think because they have been faithful to their God, everything is going to be okay. No, you'll be exposed. I'm telling you, you will definitely be exposed, whether you like it or not. You'll be exposed, and what's going to happen? You're going to hate any energy force that is good and positive, waiting for you to actually change and be on that spiritual essence. You will hate it because you'll definitely think that all of it does not exist. All of it is all just a lie and not really all of it. So, what is happening in Durban is just the beginning, eh? It's just the beginning. What is happening in Durban, right? The thing is, most of the time, I don't want to scare you, because even when I was I was asked to actually speak on the incident that happened when this pastor was baptizing his followers. I said this. I didn't wanna scare you guys, but I said it. I kept on saying it so many times that people will lose lives if they're not actually well connected with the energy of the elements. You will lose your life. Listen, you can have a form of protection whatsoever, but if you're not well aligned inside, then you're in danger. And not only when you have to go to the waters, anywhere in the world. It might happen that randomly you are just walking. You know that you're a person, you don't affect other people. You're just living your life to the best, to the fullest potential, right? And a stray bullet just comes and catches you. People get surprised. Like, people were fighting, a stone comes and hits you, and then you die instantly. It means that you are not aligned. Because it's like any incident that happens and you're close by and your energy is low, then it affects you first, more than the person who it has to affect, them. And it doesn't sound fair, is it? Does it? It doesn't. It doesn't sound fair, but it happens. It keeps on happening. So people will randomly lose their lives. Not only when it comes to the energies only, but people will have this mentality to think that they're actually going through depression. I told my followers on Twitter that depression I told my followers on Twitter that depression is not real. People disagreed, and I'm still saying it again. It's not real. There are frequencies that are controlled to think that way, and if you are weak, you actually fall victim to it. And if you are weak, if the frequency they're turning up, controlling people to kill themselves, that's what's going to happen. You will kill yourself. Because the frequency will show you that it is the only way to actually be at peace. And the sad thing about it is you're actually doing something worse. Killing yourself is something worse than anything else in this world you can ever do. At all. Right? So, if you are not in control of your energy, the source within, your power, your higher consciousness, then you're in danger. Right? You are in danger. You are in danger. There's nothing that's going to help you, that's going to protect you. There's nothing. If you're not well aligned, right, with your higher self, then you're in danger. You're like a walking sacrifice for this planet. And it will swallow you up. I'm telling you, it will swallow you up. I'm not proud speaking about this, saying it, right? But it has to be said. Somebody has to say it. So nobody can actually walk you through this. You have to walk by yourself. That is by starting to heal your past life, past wound, anything that you've been actually going through, which you're trying to ignore right now. You have to start healing it in order for you to actually be able to work well in advancing yourself spiritually and be aligned, right? You have to look into your fears. What is it that you fear in your life? You know, look in the mirror and conquer that, right? Do your shadow work, right? Do anything that actually puts you in that lamplight in order for you to actually see through what is really happening. Okay, because I see people most of the time, they're quick to actually want to open their first eye. How do I open my first eye? No, you don't just go straight at it and open your first eye. You start from your root, open your chakras, be aligned, cleanse them, align yourself. You know, try to do a lot of sun gazing, connect with nature. Stop being far away from nature. Change your diet. Your food as well plays a very significant role. Anything that you're doing that is nature, connect with it well, then nature will actually do good on you all the time. So, who is actually doing good when it comes to nature? You yourself. You're actually doing that for yourself. It's like influencing nature how to actually treat you. But if you've never loved yourself, treated yourself, healed yourself, then how do you expect nature to actually do that for you? Times have changed, man. I'm still saying it again. Times have changed, man. Like, I don't want to insult anybody and say that, actually, let me not say what I wanted to say. But times have changed, right? Times have changed, and they're still going to change even more deeper. everybody will experience a separation. The whole entire world is going to be separated. You will be separated according to what is it that you actually are having inside of you, right? Remember that you are a spiritual person, okay? All you have to do is find yourself and start to live from your higher consciousness and your vibration. That's what matters right now. Doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter how much followers you have. Doesn't matter how popular you are. It doesn't matter how influential it can be. It doesn't matter who's the president. It doesn't matter who's the king. It doesn't matter who's the chief. It doesn't matter who's the most viewed person in the whole entire world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're standing here giving people information. At the end of the day, what matters is what's inside of you, what you're doing about it. Because when you look at it, none of everything that we have and possess physically matters. It doesn't matter at all. If you've noticed, people don't even pay attention to celebrities anymore. You go to your timeline, you won't see celebrities post. No, you won't see. Actually, things are changing to the point that anything that is negative, that does not feed the soul, is not actually showcased in this world. There will come a time where guys, men, they won't care anymore when a woman is shaking ass on the phone. I'm telling you. They won't care anymore, and women are going to feel it. And this will push them as well to change their ways of how they act in front of a camera. I'm telling you, man. If it hasn't started now, guys will actually, when they see a woman, they get really disgusted. They scroll. They want something positive. It's going to happen. And it's a baby step thing. People are finding themselves, man. Even though it's hard, it's not easy, but people are finding themselves. Because, I really usually take time and notice to everything that's changing. Before, in the beginning of time, when I was actually telling people about the information, people were insulting me. But that has changed. People are no longer insulting me. It's either you keep quiet or you keep your negative comment to yourself. But I know that people, it's registering in their mind to say, no, man, this guy, he's got something. He's been telling us this and this and that. I know that there are people behind the scenes, even though they don't like me, they do what I'm actually telling them to do. And it's working for them. But they don't have a gut to actually come forward and say, Ra, I'm sorry, man. I never believed in you, man. I thought that you were a scam, what, all of that. They don't do that. But I'm happy if they're doing it behind the scenes. Because it means that I'm reaching out to you. Because that's what matters. It's not about me, man. It's about you. That's what this is all about, man. It's not about how much information I have or carry. It's about you. How willing are you ready to go in order for you to actually free yourself and find yourself and live on the higher conscious level? So people are starting to move from their low self into their high self. So all of these random deaths, man, they have to do with energy, because like people are sleeping on the energy thing. Everything is about energy. The chair that I'm sitting on right now, if there's a person who does witchcraft and they're actually looking at me, the moment as I stand up, they quickly go to my chair and take something like a cloth and wipe the whole entire chair. What are they taking? The energy, my energy. Then they use that energy to do witchcraft. It's all about energy. It's all about energy. Energy affects everything in this world. Even the people who are controlling it, they use your energy against you because they see that you don't understand how to control and handle your energy. They'll do it for you. And when they do it for you, they make sure that it works against you. Then you come and think that I've got a depression, my stress level, I can't handle this, I can't handle that. Then the agents, they come and destroy you like that. They make sure that they destroy you. Remember now, we're at the time whereby there's a depopulation that's actually taking place. There's a depopulation naturally that's taking place. There's a depopulation that the system is actually hijacking to their own advantage because they want to prepare all the souls for the AI, artificial intelligence, to actually be to take your consciousness and transmit it in a robotic system. So it's like it's a competition. It's nature against the system. And the system always takes advantage. It is always step ahead all the time. They know what's happening. They know what's going on. They will use certain elements to make you think that some other natural events are actually real, but they're just man-made. That's what they do. And I've been telling you guys that you really need to pay attention of these things. Stop this whole thing trying to actually do things that actually don't bring good and success in your spiritual soul. You know, stop paying attention to those things. Stop giving your energy to people that don't really deserve it. You need to protect your energy, keep it within yourself, and use it for a better way to advance your spiritual essence, right? That's what I told you. If you feel like you don't need to eat, stop forcing yourself. If you feel like you need to change your diet, do that, right? If you feel like you need to walk with your barefoot the whole entire day, do that. If you feel like you have to meditate the whole entire day, then do that. Anything that the nature that tells you to do, you have to do it. It is only for your good, great will, greater good. But if you're just going to ignore all of that, then I'm sorry, man. Like, you are in danger. And I don't mean to scare anybody, but I have to say it right now. So everything that's happening in Durban is very deeply rooted, right? There are spiritual beings that are there, and they're allocating themselves to actually be at a level of making sure that whosoever that's not clean will be actually swallowed. They'll be swallowed. Definitely. They'll be swallowed. And when that happens, they will actually go through some challenges there. And if they are able to be successful spiritually in their soul, they will be given a chance to actually come back and do right again. But if they fail, then unfortunately, they won't even actually be spit out by the nature. So this is just the beginning. There will come a time where the world or the planets will actually break in two, and people will actually go inside, right? There will come a time whereby people will be lost in the forest. There will come a time whereby people will be swallowed, and they'll actually be in the sky. They'll just vanish. So many things will happen. And when these things happen, it's up to your energy how good, advanced it is. All the junk, all the negative thoughts, all the negative attitude, all the negative influence you actually been upholding in your system, you really need to clean that right now if you want to survive this. Somebody might be thinking, we're all going to die. Yes, that's true, right? But I'm not going to die. Anyway, we're all going to die. So what happens is, when you die, right, it's up to you what you were doing in this world. If everything that you were supposed to accomplish, you did it well, then you'll move on to higher dimensions. But if you didn't, you'll be stuck here on this low vibration energy, the third world. So no one really dies anyway. So when you have to actually be absent of this planet, you're going to move on to a different one. But the question is, are you ready for that? Are you prepared? Or you just want to be a robot, to watch television the whole day, watch pornography the whole day, eat all the junk, gaining weight. You don't want to exercise. You don't want to, tap into spirituality. Then what are you doing here? What's going to happen to you? Think about it.